Hello viewers, welcome to Face, your favorite talk show on BINUSTV with me Alessandro as your host for today's episode for 1 hour. I know that you are now having your holiday and now we are going to be giving you a specific topic about Indonesia. But not actually Indonesia, because we are going to be talking about a place that relates to Indonesia. We know that Indonesia is a country with many beautiful places, but what comes to our mind when we try to figure out the beautiful places in Indonesia are probably Bali, Lombok, Raja Ampat, etc. Only a few people, only a rare few people who know that Pontianak, as a matter of fact, is also a nice place to visit and it's really worth visiting. And I have a friend of mine who I have ever invited before to this talk show, but we're going to be talking a different topic because before we were talking about watching movies, but in this episode, we are going to be talking about Pontianak. Without further ado, here he is, Alvin. Hi, Alvin.
Hi, Sandro.
How have you been doing?
I've been very great. How about you?
I'm also good because we are now free, right?
Yeah.
No examinations anymore. So maybe some of the viewers are not aware of you. They do not know you well. So I think it's best for you to introduce yourself to the viewers.
All right. Hello, viewers. My name is Alvin Yurisman. I'm 20 years old and I come from Pontianak. I'm currently taking the major of the most favorite major in BINUS, which is computer science, and I'm in my 6th semester.
So you told everybody that computer science is the most favorable major?
Yes, of
Why
course.
do you think so?
Because it has the
kind
most
of not
crowded. It is the most crowded major on BINUS.
So it's not IT, it's computer science then?
Computer science is IT.
I just know it then. Do you know how many students majoring computer science in your
my year?
Yeah.
Around 5,000 to 6,000.
Around 5,000 to 6,000. What about IT? What about IT major?
IT is computer science.
Oh, it's the same then?
Yeah, it's
computer
the same.
science means IT?
Yeah.
Ah, okay. Now, Alvin, how many sisters and brothers do you have, by the way?
I have one brother and one sister.
Older or younger?
My brother is younger and my sister is the youngest in our family. Yeah.
When was the last time you saw them?
The last time I saw them?
Yeah.
It was
last year?
No. Yeah, last year in the holiday.
So what are your
holiday.
So what are your current activities now? We know that we don't have any more activities, right?
Yeah.
So what are your current activities now?
Well, I'm relieved that examination is over, so my activities now is not as many as before. Yeah, I'm still becoming the chairman of BINUS Square Student Committee, BSSC.
You're still?
Yeah, still.
Until when?
Until October. Yeah, so like in 3 months, I'll be done becoming the chairman.
Why did you want to become the chairman of BSSC? Some people find it that it's going to be a really busy activity then.
Yeah.
But why did you want to?
It's very busy, and I tell you it's very busy, but it's worth it. The experience, the fun, all the stuff that I've get, the lesson, what I have learned in the organization, it's really worth it.
So you feel really relieved after the examinations. But some people say that this one, even if the examinations, or maybe even though the examinations are completely done, but if you do not do it well, we do not feel relieved. We have to do it well, and when the examinations are done, we feel completely relieved. What about you? Did you think that you did it really well on the examinations or not?
Most of them I did very well, but...
What about the worst one, the worst case?
The worst case, I'm really afraid for one subject, because in the midterm, I got a very low score. Very bad to say.
Could you tell us what the score, I mean? 51?
That's embarrassing. I don't think I will reveal it.
What would you like to say to people? I mean, your suggestion to people so that everybody can get a good score?
Don't study one night before the exam.
Why?
Because you need to have a good preparation. If studying just one night before the exam, and then when you woke up, almost you cannot remember everything. Some will be forgotten.
And that's your suggestion to people.
Yeah.
But honestly, have you ever done that?
Of course.
Of course then. Now, as the examinations are over, everybody's now having their holiday, right?
Yeah.
Like myself, I'm going to be home in 2 days, and I'm going to be having fun with my friends, with my family, etc., playing games. And what about you, Alvin? What are you gonna do for holiday? Are you going to go back to your hometown? Are you going to go with your friends? Are you going to stay in the place where you are now and playing games, or maybe studying to catch up your bad score, or what?
No, I will be going back to my hometown too.
When?
In this Sunday, the 6th
Sunday,
of July.
6th of July, a
Yeah.
day after my flight, I guess.
Yeah.
And do you feel really excited or not?
Yeah, I feel very excited because I've been missing my family.
When was the last time you came back to your hometown?
The last December.
Last December.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're going to be going back to your hometown 6th July,
6th July.
and then when will you go back to Jakarta?
I think I only have a short holiday, so maybe like 1 month, and I will be back in early of August.
I mean, what is the reasons why you would like to come to Jakarta that early? Some people, they would like to go back like a week prior to the new semester, but why? About in your case?
Yeah, in my case, because I'm gonna enter the 7th semester, so I have to prepare for my thesis, and the holiday is a very suitable time to prepare for my thesis. And in my hometown, I also not having many stuff to do, so going back to Jakarta is a good option, I think.
So if you are in your hometown, what are you gonna do then? Are you going to sleep? Are you going to play with your friends? Are you going to be talking with your mom, sharing everything that you have done in Jakarta, or what?
Yeah, I will be sharing, and then I have a plan when I go back to my hometown. I'll be enhancing my IT skill because it will be used in my thesis. I have to code, to program, so I need to learn, and I will consult some of my parents' friends who are working in IT field to know how the real experience of working field really is.
So you want to enhance your skill in
ITC.
IT by?
By learning and practicing programming
With?
by myself and by with my friends that.
So after that, so
Dad's
you're going
friend.
back for studying then, not having fun?
Yeah, having
A
fun
really
while
good
studying.
student then. So when you are at your hometown, you'll be studying, and then you go back to here like a month before the new semester.
Yeah.
And then you are going to be doing your thesis gradually. Are you going to be doing it on your own, or you are going to be asking someone to help you?
Our thesis team consists of 3 people, so we are doing this in 3 person.
Do you like your teammates?
Yeah.
Because they are all, what is that? Work harder, I guess. Hard worker.
Yeah, they are a good guy and work hard.
Why do we have to do it this early? I mean, you are still in the 7th semester, right?
Yeah.
And then the thesis is required when you are about to graduate from your university. But why?
Because the thesis that I'm going to take is internship thesis. So the internship period is during our holiday, which means we have to do a full time going to the office from 9 to 5. And if I'm going to do it when the new semester is coming, I think there won't be sufficient time. So it must be on the holiday.
Does every single friend of yours do the same?
Not all.
Not all. Why?
Yeah.
Because they are lazy, or because they are not required, they are not asked, or what?
I think because each of us has different preferences. Some will
What
take.
are their preferences?
Yeah, some of my friends take the non-class thesis, which is they are going to think of an idea, what application are they going to make. Some are taking the regular class thesis, which means they are going to class to meet the lecturer and going to make a program or a topic that has been defined by the lecturer.
Okay, so this is our first segment, and it's actually introduction between you and I.
Okay.
And in the second segment, we will be talking about our topic, which is Pontianak. So don't go anywhere, stay tuned. Hello viewers, welcome back with us on Face to Face, the only English spoken program on BINUSTV. Well, in this episode, if you are just tuning in, we are currently talking about Pontianak, and our guest for today's episode is Alvin. Alvin, your hometown is in Pontianak, isn't it?
Yes.
And how long have you lived there?
I've been living there since I was born, so it's been 20 years.
20 years, so it means that you are now 20 years old.
Yeah.
Do you really like living there? Honestly.
If I want to compare it to Jakarta, actually, it's nicer to live in Jakarta.
It's nicer to live in Jakarta because of the facilities, I guess.
Yeah, the facilities, everything is complete in Jakarta. You can find everything.
But in Pontianak, not everything could be found.
Yeah.
Like what? What are the things that we can find in Jakarta, but we cannot find in Pontianak?
Well, some like hangout places. Yeah, Jakarta has so many hangout places that is very fun.
So you are someone who really likes to go out with
Yeah,
friends.
I like to see the world going out. And then there are many also events in Jakarta.
Such as, I mean, what?
Like, you know, the Anime Festival Asia, and then the fashion event like Jakarta Cloud, and then there's the music concert like DWP. Yeah, all those events you cannot find in Pontianak.
But I believe that even if you find Jakarta nicer than your hometown, I think there are some things which are unique in Pontianak, right?
Yeah.
So before we go deeper into that, maybe you can tell us some things that you really like about your hometown, Pontianak.
Okay, I like the foods very much. The foods are so good.
Are the foods unique? I mean, what are the names of the food?
Oh, there are so many. My favorite food in Pontianak is called bubur ikan.
Bubur ikan.
Yeah.
What makes it different with other porridge, bubur?
Yeah, well, basically it's a fish soup. Fish soup, and then you mix it with rice. And the soup is really tasty. It's really tasty, and the rice is not like the usual porridge. It's still in the form of rice.
Now, one of the best, what is that? I'm not sure one of the best what, but I guess there is something in Pontianak called Tugu Khatulistiwa.
Yeah.
Could you tell us as much as you know about that one?
Okay. Before I explain to you about Tugu Khatulistiwa, I'd like to point out that there are two unique characteristics of Pontianak.
Okay.
Yeah, the first one is Kapuas River or Sungai Kapuas.
Sungai
Kapuas.
Sungai Kapuas.
Yes, Kapuas River.
Do you know what it means, Kapuas?
I don't know.
No, bro.
It's the name of
so what is that?
the river. Yeah. So, you know, Indonesia has so many rivers, but Kapuas River is Indonesia's longest river.
Longest river. Do you know how? I mean, do you know the length?
Oh, I didn't. I
the
don't
longest
know.
one in
Yeah,
Indonesia.
but it's the longest one in Indonesia. But unfortunately, the color is brown.
Brown. Have you ever seen it directly in front of your eyes?
Yeah, because it's like across under the bridge, and then I often cross the bridge to go from one place to another place. So I see it often.
It's brown.
Yeah, brown.
Do you know why it's brown? Is it because people oftentimes throw rubbish away to the river or what? Or is it because that the pollution?
I think because it's the pollution, and sometimes people who are not aware to throw rubbish at the right place still throw it at the river.
Do we have like what is that? Some policy that probably punishes people if they throw rubbish to the river? Do we have that one or not?
Not yet.
Not yet, but hopefully soon,
hopefully,
right?
Hopefully.
And the second point?
Yeah, and the second one is Tugu Katulistiwa. Tugu Katulistiwa in English is monument, Equator Monument.
Equator Monument.
Why does it called Equator Monument?
Because it simply, what is that, passes.
Yeah, because
the line, right?
The Pontianak is passes by the equator line. So what make this
unique?
What make this unique? Because you know that when a source of light give lights to object, then there will be a shadow of the object, right?
Yeah.
But in this Equator Monument, even though that the sun is up above, there is no shadow of the Equator Monument.
Even though the sun is above,
yeah.
In other places there should be shadow,
yes.
But in Pontianak, no
in
shadow at all.
Equator Monument only.
Equator Monument only.
Yeah.
If you're standing there,
no shadow at all.
Your shadow cannot be seen.
No.
Really?
Yes, but it doesn't happen every time.
Only at 12 o'clock?
No, it happens only at the 21st until the 23rd of March and 21st until the 23rd of September.
No shadow at all?
Yeah, no
Have you
shadow.
ever seen it? I mean, have you ever tried to see it?
Yes.
Do you have like, what is that, special point? If you're standing here, you cannot see your shadow, but if you're standing there, there will be your shadow or not? Or maybe you stand everywhere, you can see your shadow.
Basically, it's just around the Equator Monument, not all the places.
Oh, around the monument.
Yeah.
Do you have anything else to see? I mean, when was the first time it was built?
I think it was a very long time ago. Yeah, since I don't know when.
Even before you were born,
yeah,
I guess.
Yes.
Another place, another unique place in Pontianak is Pantai Pasir Panjang.
Yeah.
Tell us about it.
Okay, Pantai Pasir Panjang. It's basically just a normal beach, but it's very beautiful because it has white sand, and the wave is not so big and not so small, so it's suitable to do some sport water like surfing and swimming there.
Have you ever done it?
Yeah, I've ever swim there.
Not surfing?
Not surfing.
Why?
I can't surf.
What else about that beach?
The place is getting popular year by year, and there has so many. The people there has opened so many local stores that sell the souvenirs, sell food, and even open a discotheque there for the tourists.
Is it a good discotheque or not, you think? I mean, is it only for those who are above 18 years old or to everyone?
I think to everyone.
To everyone?
Yeah, I've
so
never
children
been
are
there.
allowed to come?
Yeah.
And you said that that beach is getting more popular every day. Do you know the reasons behind this popularity?
I think because it's very easy to go, to reach, because and then the area is quite clean. So and the area is so spacious. It can contain so many people. So a lot of people came.
So it's actually in Pontianak then?
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that it's actually not located in Pontianak.
Not exactly?
Yeah, not exactly in Pontianak, but it's in Singkawang.
Singkawang. How long, I mean, if you're in Pontianak and you want to go to Singkawang, how long does it usually take for you to go from Pontianak to Singkawang?
It's around 3 to 4 hours.
3 to 4 hours by car?
By car.
So it's in Singkawang then?
Yeah.
But have you ever been there before?
Yes, I've been there for many times during my school holiday. Yeah.
And now, I mean, it's kind of possible for you to go there because you are quite busy now, right?
Yeah.
And another place is Sinka Island Park.
Yes.
What about that one? Is it a place like Dufan?
Not really.
Ancol?
Not really. Quite
Similar
like Ancol.
in terms of the garden, you mean?
Yeah, in terms of the garden, but there's no playing attraction.
Amusement park.
Yeah, there's no amusement park. What unique from that Sinka Island Park is that they have zoo inside it, so you can watch all the animals, and then it has a small island called Pulau Simping. So
Pulau Simping.
Yeah, so it's actually an island of one of those many islands in Indonesia.
So we have zoo.
Zoo,
we have
small island.
Small island then.
And then we have a beach.
Beach. Have you ever been there also?
Yes.
Do we have to pay like, some money to go there, to enter? I mean, if you go to Ancol, we have to pay like
the entry fee.
Yeah. What about this one? Do we have to pay that one?
Yes.
How much money do you know?
The last time I go, it's around 20,000.
20,000. And Alvin, after this one, we will talk probably another thing about your hometown, Pontianak.
Okay.
So don't get anywhere, stay tuned. Hello viewers, welcome to Face, your favorite talk show on BINUSTV with me Alessandro and our guest for today's episode, Alvin. And we are currently talking about Pontianak, and maybe you are really curious to know more about Pontianak, and we have actually prepared a video for you to be shown so that you will know exactly how Pontianak looks like. So here's the video. So that's the video, Alvin. And having seen that video, according to you, how much is Pontianak appealing? I mean, is it really appealing to tourists?
Yes, I might say that Pontianak is attracting a lot of tourists. Why? Because there are so many cultural events and cultural stuff that is attracting.
What are the examples of cultural events? Like what?
You see, like in Pontianak, we consist of 3 ethnics living there.
What are these ethnics?
Yeah,
Chinese?
The Chinese, the Dayaknis, and the Malay.
Malay. Oh.
Yeah.
And they come actually from Sarawak, Malaysia.
I don't know the history, but there are 3, and those 3 has their own cultures, like, and they hold their own cultural events. Like, for example, Dayaknis, they hold the Gawai Dayak event, which promotes and exhibit how the Dayak culture is, and also the performances of the dance and singing in Dayak. And also from the Chinese culture side, we have the celebration of Chinese New Year, which is the Chinese New Year and Cap Gomeh.
And is it annually, I guess, annual event every year?
Yes, every year. And those events are the 2 most attracting events to the tourists.
Do you often go there to those events?
Not
really.
Used to be, but it's now.
Because you're now in like Jakarta,
yeah.
right? So the next question is, well, we know that Pontianak is quite appealing to tourism, but I believe that every year the popularity is changing constantly. And according to you, when is the time when Pontianak is the most appealing to tourism, to tourists?
Yeah. In my opinion, I think it's the holiday, like this kind of duration, the holiday, school holiday, and also the Chinese New Year time, when they can see the lion dance and everything.
And well, we know that if something or maybe a place attracts people, there will be different people coming to that place. It can be people from that country, it can be people from another country. But in Pontianak case, do people coming there usually from Indonesia or from other countries?
I think it's quite the same, the ratio between the local tourists and the foreign tourists.
So the same, you
Yes,
mean?
I think the same.
And what are the reasons you think why some people want to come to Pontianak? Besides the cultural events?
I think they must be curious of Pontianak. But before I go deeper into that, I want to point out that some people think that Pontianak is still a forest. But it's not really true.
Who thinks so? Your friends?
Yeah, my friends. When they heard me that I come from Pontianak, they thought that
the same happens to me.
Oh yeah?
When somebody asks me, where's your hometown? And I tell them my hometown is here, and then they tell me, how is it like? They think like it's forest like you. I mean, is there a road? Is there a mall like that?
Yeah.
What else then?
Yeah, although there are many trees, but it's not a forest, alright. And then the civilization there has advanced. We have malls, we have many buildings now, and then I think that some people also misperception that Pontianak has many ghosts, because
do you believe in ghosts?
Yeah, but I've never seen it.
You wish to see it, I guess. Huh?
I don't know.
What else?
Yeah, but it's not really true. I wish that people will not perceive Pontianak because of the
ghosts.
Yeah, because of the ghosts
and the forests.
And the forest, because now that Pontianak is a developed city, and I think the tourists are very curious to see how the city is already developed.
And from what you have just said, I can conclude that Pontianak is now a developed city. But we would like to know how the transportations are like in Pontianak. Are the transportations like in Pontianak the same like most people or maybe most transportations in Jakarta, or different?
Different actually. We have
so what are the transportations in Pontianak?
We have less public transportation there. Some of the transportation that we use are beca, and then it's a vehicle like microlet in Jakarta, but in our place it's called oplet, and then also some buses.
So that's the transportation.
Yeah.
What about the food?
The foods? Oh, I really miss the food. The food are very delicious, you know. And I might say that it's not losing from Medan's food. Yeah.
It's not what? It's not what?
It's not losing from Medan's food. Because both of them has the same Chinese food, right?
You really miss it?
Huh?
You really miss the foods?
Yeah, because I can't find such similar food in Jakarta here.
Maybe you can tell us what is the food that you really miss the most?
Like I said before, my favorite food, the bubur ikan, and then chai kue, yeah, chai kue, and then some fried kway teow, I think.
What about the drinks?
The drinks, we have so many various drinks too, like es kacang hijau, es kacang merah, and then cendol, and sop sarang walet, and rumput laut.
Okay. And after this one, we will be talking again about what is that? Some things regarding your hometown, Pontianak. So don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. Hello viewers, welcome back with us on Face to Face, the only English spoken program on BINUSTV with me, Alessandro, and our guest for today's episode, Alvin. And the topic is Pontianak. Alvin, we've been talking many things about Pontianak, but we would probably need to talk about some things if someone wants to go to Pontianak, particularly living in Pontianak. So I think the best question to this is, how is the living cost? Is it expensive? Is it cheap?
For some expenses, for example, like food and entertainment, it's far more expensive than Jakarta. But
why? I mean, what are examples of entertainment?
Yeah,
hanging out,
like
no.
watching movies,
Cinema.
cinema.
How much does it cost?
In Pontianak, it's cost like one watching movies is 50,000.
50,000.
Yeah.
Whereas in Jakarta, it's like 25, 35. 50 every day.
Every day.
Oh man. Do you know the reasons why?
I think because it's the only cinema in Pontianak.
What else? That's in terms of
entertainment.
And
then the food.
The food.
Honestly speaking, even though that the food are so delicious, but it's also so expensive.
It's expensive.
Yeah, and it's every year it's becoming more and more expensive. Like for example, one portion of fried kway teow is cost 20,000 now, while in Jakarta we can find fried kway teow 13, 14 like that.
What about the transportation?
The transportation cost is also the same as Jakarta.
So overall, do you think that the living cost in Pontianak is higher or lower than in Jakarta?
Higher.
Higher in Pontianak. What about the culture? Do we have like any special or maybe particular culture in Pontianak?
I think because that there are 3 ethnics in Pontianak, so the culture are so different. Like from the way of we talk from each ethnics, and then the way we approach people is also different.
So maybe you can tell us the best way to approach people. How?
If you come to Pontianak, the best way is that you're gonna greet them
by shaking hand. No,
not really have to shake hand, but like just say hello and be polite and friendly to them.
What about a specific way of life or maybe lifestyle? Do you think it is similar to many places in Indonesia or not?
I think it's quite similar, but what I have noticed that Pontianak people do like have some coffee. There are so many local coffee shops in Pontianak.
Are you one of them? No.
The coffee lovers? No.
Now, in terms of crowdness, do you think that Pontianak is really crowded just like Jakarta?
No. It's very not as crowded as Jakarta. Statistically saying, the population there is 500,000 people, around 500,000 people.
So it's a nice place to visit then.
Yeah. So you're gonna meet the same people again at the corner of the town, at the other corner of the town.
Now, Alvin, do you miss your hometown? I mean, how often do you miss your hometown?
Not so often, but I think when I have after I got back to Pontianak and then I go back to Jakarta, and I will be very missing Pontianak.
How often do you go back to your hometown, Pontianak?
Twice a year.
Twice a year. You have told us so many things that are good about Pontianak. Now tell us as many things as possible about the things that you do not like from Pontianak.
Unfortunately,
nothing. No, don't say that.
Not that. You know the road? The road is so many holes, small holes and big holes, and it's not being fixed by the government there. So I think it's really disturbing the people who want to commute by vehicle. And then what I dislike is because we have 3 ethnics there, sometimes there is a fight between ethnics. And
does it often happen?
Not really actually, but when it happens, it's,
I mean, between which ethnics?
I don't think that
it should be revealed here.
Revealed here. Yeah.
Okay, no problem.
But just for your information, if they fight, they're gonna use their weapon. They bring out their weapon, like the
knife.
Yeah, the knife, and they will burn houses.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's so creepy.
One question: does it happen, or maybe did it happen in your lifetime? I mean, how old were you at that time?
It happens.
How old were you?
But I was like 5 or 6, so I don't remember and I don't see it directly, so I don't know.
And our viewers are now curious. You are from Pontianak, but you are now in Jakarta. Why didn't you continue your study in Pontianak rather than in Jakarta? Because some people think that Jakarta is a place which is very crowded and it's not worth living in because everybody's crowded. I mean, just like when you would like to go to your campus, it takes so much time and sometimes you get very tired. What are your reasons?
The main reason is that I want to experience something new. If I just continue my study in Pontianak, then I will have the same atmosphere, the same condition, the same situation every day. But in Jakarta, I can try something new. And of course, I want to try to live independently. That's why my parents also, they didn't think about sending me to the university in Pontianak, but rather they think about sending me to Jakarta.
Now, what about the difficulties living in Pontianak?
Difficulties? From what I've experienced, you know, before that I said the Kapos River is brown. So in some part of Pontianak, it's difficult to find clean water. The water is brown, and even we take bath with brown colored water. Yeah, and then other difficulties.
Often take a bath with brown water, or it's just rare occasion?
Sometimes. Yeah, that's why I'm very happy that in Jakarta the water is clean.
Almost always.
Yeah, almost always.
Now, one more question: how are the people in Pontianak? Are they all kind?
Yeah, I think they kind, friendly, just like all the people.
And that's it, I guess, Alvin. We have reached the end of our show.
Oh, by the way, are you curious to be going to Pontianak?
Yeah, I'm really curious. I'm just really curious to know when you said that. I mean, we cannot see our shadow.
Yeah.
I really want to go there just for that only reason.
Okay.
And you should accompany me, I guess.
Right.
So that's it. It was really nice talking to you.
Yeah.
Well, probably I would like to say that Pontianak is appealing to people, to tourism, because it's unique. There is something unique, like Katulistiwa, and like Bali, other places. They are unique and they are attractive to people. And you need to be unique if you want to attract people. So that's for today's episode. Thank you, Journalism Club. Thank you, BINUSTV. Thank you, Karen Color for makeup. Thank you, Diu Floria for the flowers. My name is Alessandro, and our guest Alvin. This is Face to Face. Happy holiday.